It's a Monday morning, so we back with the video diaries. Don't mind my hair; it looks crazy. I'm trying to get it done for the weekend. Um, but yeah. Um, it's been a pretty solid weekend. I could like talk a little about my weekend as it relates to what I'm trying to talk about today. I'm trying to talk about alignment today and just kind of God's been like low key preparing me and just kind of like setting the pieces right for me. So I'm grateful for that. But yeah, sorry, I keep playing with my hair, bro. It just looks so like squishy. But yeah. So when I've been thinking about alignment, like, cause like a goal of mine for the year, and I can bring up my goals right here. A really big goal of mine was to finally launch alignment and like finally actualize like an idea that I've been sitting on for 2 years. And like an idea that like I have been really back and forth with, but like a lot of the sentiment around it, like I haven't really told too many people about it, but like not even the people that I'm telling about it, like I think it's well received from the people I tell about it, but like even the people that I don't mention, but like they mention needing something like that alignment can kind of fill. Like that's been very rewarding and that's been like super like it's felt like alignment in a way. Um so yeah, that was a really big goal of mine, and like that's something I really wanted to work at, but like I don't know because but even though like I knew that was something that I wanted to work at, and then God, and I knew that I prayed about it, and then like God has kind of been like putting the right types of people around me, I believe. Um cuz I met this guy named Nati super randomly at like a party. I believe, was it this year or was it last year that I met him? I don't know, but like either beginning of this year, I'm pretty sure it was the beginning of this year, or it could have been last year. I don't know. I think it was last year, to be honest. But like he really put into perspective. So I don't know if that affected it or not, but like I knew I wanted to build alignment, and I knew that he was a person that I wanted to connect with, and like I'm just so grateful that I had met him because he is doing something similar to me. He's starting a company and he's creating an app, like around a social type of app, not like social media, but like it involves like so being social and like events and things like that. So it's really good to connect with him and just kind of seeing either one, his work ethic around it, like he's basically working nonstop on it, like he is really tapped in, and really locked in on what he has to do. Like he's speaking with investors, going to like different venture capitalist events. Like he's been putting me onto all that. He's really tapped in with like his create technical pipeline, and he's not really a technical guy, which is impressive. He is a business student at Hull Business School, and like that's like kind of the only thing that I felt like I really need help with, like the business aspect of it, like of not even just like what the marketing will look like, but like kind of like creating a business model that is able to sustain. Because like it's one thing to create a cool idea that people need, but then it's another thing to remain profitable and like actually build out a strategy to make profits and things like that. So like that's something that I've been having to think about a lot more that I now that I've met him. But like it's been really good. He's been giving me a lot of game because he's learning too. Like he's just learning on the fly as well. He's dropping his within the next couple of weeks. Um, and yeah, it's just been beautiful to watch from like the sidelines of him building that out, how I've been also able to help him on a more creative time type of timing, on also like a marketing himself, marketing the app, and like kind of what that looks like. So I love that aspect of it. And like I really do want to build out different parts of alignment, and I feel like I needed an understanding about how to. Like I didn't know how to, and like kind of now Nati is bringing me into understanding with that, but like also seeing Nati doing it is really has really encouraged me, like knowing that Ralph, this is something that you could actually do. And like it's not just an idea, or it's not just like a dream. It's like this is possible. Like if you really put your mind to it, you can do it. And I think that like when I actually did meet Nati, like I met him at a party, and then he told me like briefly about the app, but then like I hit him up like within the new year. We linked up in like February, and then really seeing like and hearing like his like A to B like mindset for like, okay, you have this idea, you really want to do it, what's next, type of thing. That really encouraged me. But like, because I think that even when I did see Nati do it, I was just like, I was encouraged by it, but it was also a fear that came over me about like, and I feel like with alignment, there's always been a fear of actually dropping it, because it's just like how one, like this is something super big. This is not just like a little project that I'm doing. It's not like just a photo shoot or like a video shoot or like a short film. Even like this is something that like I am trying to build, and I need community to build this. Like I need people to back me for this. Like I need, because like that is the way that this is sustained. And I'm like, that is a big ask of people, because I don't really like asking people for things. Like that's a problem of mine. But like the amount that has to go in this, and the amount that I will have to be kind of like showing myself, or like like asking for a handout, asking for help, asking people, oh come download my app, oh I'm posting this app, blah 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 blah. And like, cause it's different, cause I think it's just different from like a project that people will see, maybe like it, maybe not. And like that's different from like something that you want people to use. Like this is for the people, I'm making this for the people. So I think that aspect of it has been kind of like scary for me, like understanding how it'll be received, and like under or like trying to understand how it'll be received, and trying to understand how I can build something for a community or for a group of people. And yeah, just things like that. So yeah, it has been pretty scary. But like I'm understanding that I have to do it scared. Like I cannot run from this process. I cannot run from the the angst or the embarrassment that may come with it. But yeah. So, but it's also felt like this is something that I have to do, because it is something that I put on my to do list. But then like I had the short film in the beginning of the year, and then also at the same time like I was thinking about. But the thing about me is like I was really like, let's lock in on alignment after the month of March, because that was my month of rest. And then like I met this guy who does documentaries. I think I spoke about that, and I was like, okay, I need to do this documentary. So it's like the thing about it is like I kind of get distracted and pulled in different areas, because I have a lot of different interests and a lot of different projects that I want to work on. But I believe that like alignment is what I need to be on right now. Like I think that that is my thing for right now. And but like the thing about that is like when you're starting I just like feel like I'm scared, because I'm like, am I biting off more than I can chew? Cuz like I'm starting a business. I'm building an app. And it's just like those are like two of the biggest, most risky things that somebody could do, I believe. And I think that this needs my all. So it's like I can't be focused on, like, if I want to shoot a documentary, which is a whole nother thing, like that takes a year at least, or like a year or two to develop, like to be able to be doing that, but also be doing alignment, but also be trying to do other short films. I'm trying to do video things, photo things. Like I'm just like, how can I do all of this stuff? And can I do all of this stuff? How is that possible? And what should I be doing, basically? So that's like kind of like what I've been trying to wrap my mind around. But like, it just kind of feels like alignment right now is what I should be focusing on, because yeah, because I told you guys about my mentor, and I just think that like that will be such a great connection, because I mentioned before, like trying to understand what it takes to build something and trying to understand what it takes to be an art director, and like kind of um be able to direct a vision, because for alignment I will still be the creative director, the art director for it, until I can have other people like kind of take that for me. So like maybe that aspect of it, like that I'm trying to learn from her, like what does it mean to be an art director, like what are some things that you take in account, like how do you begin projects, how do you do research for projects, things like that. And then with Nazi, yeah, I'm learning the business side. And now I'm gonna bring up like this girl I met over the weekend. So I don't know if I mentioned this, but like I went to a Chanel event. Like it is a Boston based magazine, um, or like a Boston based zine, where like people out here have like, I'm gonna try to look at um yeah, I'm gonna try to pull it up for y'all right here. Um yeah, so it's a Boston based zine, and um yeah, so I was a part of it. I was a photographer in the in the magazine. And then so they had an event about, like, kind of, it was highlighting the women that were a part of it. um Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna just, I'm not really much of an editor type of guy. So here it is. It's called Chanel. Or no, it's not called Chanel. It's called Channel. Okay, it's called Channel. My fault. But yeah, so this is Channel. They're a Boston-based zine company, basically highlighting Boston creatives like designers, clothing designers. They also highlighted some DJs, but they like kept everybody like Boston-based. So like, one in a million, we going up. I got a little feeling. Don't want to get copyrighted, but yeah, if you can read that if you want to. But yeah, so they had an event that was highlighting the women who were a part of the like the building of Chanel, or Channel. My fault. I may do that a lot, but yeah, because basically everybody on the executive team is a woman aside from Eves. um and so they kind of spoke about like what it was like to build something like this, because especially because it's something that none of them have done before. And like that's like especially why I was interested in going, because I just wanted to learn like what it took to build something like that, and how they kind of had to tap into just a bunch of new skills, and like how like kind of parts of the research process, and how like operations went, like how they knew to do this, because they had an idea about how they knew to do this or how they knew to do that. And like somebody on the team that I haven't met, everyone else I have met on the team, but this girl named Sam, and I guess she was like the creative strategist behind it. And she was kind of just saying a lot of interesting things about the process. And like it kind of made me, and she kind of said this thing about like interdependence and kind of how we shouldn't be like leaning on these institutions to kind of validate our work or like the projects that we do, because the question that she was answering was like, what does Boston need? And she was like, more grassroots projects where like people are coming together and developing things, like hence interdependence and like kind of like growing horizontally instead of like trying to attain things vertically, which was super super interesting. And it was like that kind of thought process can be like a one of the staples or one of the pillars of alignment, like growing horizontally and like in the idea of interdependence as opposed to um yeah, like trying or like so trying your best to go for these companies like a New Balance or like a Converse, or like trying to get those partnerships or sponsor deals. But like but like, cause like imagine you're on alignment and you're like you meet like different creatives. Cause like imagine, cause like alignment is so good. Cause like imagine I'm where I'm at right now, and like I'm trying to find someone who does like art direction and things like that, but I don't know anybody, and I can look to that to find them. It does make the process a lot easier, but it but like it's just a lot that I have to think about with it as well, because I know this is kind of going everywhere, but like these videos kind of do that. But like it's also for me like, what about the getting paid aspect to it? Like I know like with um channel, like they kind of funded it themselves, everything, but it's like these artists still need to get paid. Like, because imagine being an art director and like you're posting only collaboration. So that's something I got to get into. And this is very far off topic, but yes, I met Sam, who was like kind of the creative strategist, and she said she works with like creatives on um it's like basically what it takes to build something and what it takes to sustain it. That's exactly what I was literally looking for and praying for, and that's exactly what the idea or like the theme or goal of this month is for me. Like learning what it looks like and what it takes to build and sustain something. So that I just knew that was God sent, and like I just know that's another person that I can literally lean on and connect with, because she even said that she was going to share a bunch of resources about like young app developers and or like aspiring app developers, and resources around like building with AI and things like that. So cuz she's super tapped in to like just the creative entrepreneurial scene. So that is was thank you God for that. But like yeah, so it kind of just feels like God is showing me God is kind of showing me what it really takes to build. And but another thing that I'll say about how I'm trying to build is like I'm not trying to do it too fast, too quickly. Like I do want to do it at my pace, and I think that like the world and other people kind of tell me like you just got to hop on this, like jump start on this idea. But like now I'm like, from what I'm learning from like other people is like what it really take, well like what I'm really learning from other people is like, what was I about to say, damn, that I don't know, like I guess I have to really hone in on what I want alignment to be and to look like and to feel like and to sound like, not sound like, but yeah, but to look like and to feel like and all of that. And I think that process takes a long time. I mean, that process takes a long time, but what Nazi did like introduce me to and put me onto was just kind of like you have a core concept. So like it's also trying to like find that core concept. But once you have your core concept of alignment, you don't need every feature that you want in there. You can kind of just like ship a product that is obviously not finished, but like kind of the core of it is there. Have people test it using test flight and really see how it's received and see how you can kind of grow from there. So I do think that like it is about. I do think now it is kind of about like going back to my community, reaching out and understanding like some things that they need, what they don't need, what looks and feels right, things like that. But like I really wish, and one thing that I'm super mad at myself about is like I all the documentation from college that I had, I lost it because I didn't save it to my personal email. So like all that stuff is gone and I'm so mad because I had so much research. So like basically everything that I had to do with alignment was on my student account for GW and now it's all gone. So like now it kind of feels like I'm starting from scratch. Like I did surveys, like I did all those things. And dang, that kind of just feel it kind of sucks, but like it is what it is. Like that can't discourage me from continuing to do what I have to do. Um but yeah, like I really do, because like even if I had the design thinking process again, like I can just kind of go through it one more time and like kind of answer those questions again in a different way, because regardless I did feel like I was rushed into creating alignment. I knew like the core message behind it and the core reason was one I wanted, but like I was rushed into making alignment. I only had 6 months basically to make it, as opposed to my like peers who had like a year to develop what they wanted to, or like a school year. I only had not even 6 months, like 3 months, like from January to motherfucking April. That's when I launched, or like once I launched the prototype. 3 months, bro. Like shit's crazy. 3 months, bro. I always say 3 months, 3 months, and I did all that. But that really goes to show how much I could really do if I logged in, and I was doing multiple things at a time. Like it goes to show, bro. Like you can do multiple things at a time. You can develop multiple projects at a time. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, so I'm super grateful for the connections that I'm getting. I'm super grateful for what God's doing in my life. I'm yeah, I'm just praying against fear. I'm praying against imposter syndrome, and I'm praying against like yeah, all like the things that my mind tells me I can't do.